What's up, guys? VitalSyntax here, and excuse my my editing slash rendering and any technical issues that I might have over these next couple of videos as I'm switching to Adobe Premiere from Sony Vegas. I've just had so many issues with Sony Vegas. It crashes literally every 5 minutes, and it has for the past 2 years that I've been using it, and I've just kind of just dealt with it and not made the push to move to a more stable solution. So I'm making it now. I want to be switching over to Adobe Premiere. I'm quite familiar with Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop. I've done quite a bit of web design work and graphic design work, but there's a whole new workflow for Premiere, so it might take me a while to get used to it. But anyway, this is the second part of my quote bare bones videos, where the last video I uploaded the other day was me and one playing on Caspian border with the air maps. With some of the air vehicles and the tanks and the helicopters and things like that, and it was really fun to play in the air without having the lock-on missiles and without having the stingers and without having instant vehicle respawn. But for this second video, I'm going to show you guys some clips from 2 rounds that we had on Operation Metro, playing obviously infantry focused combat. And the biggest thing that you don't have for infantry based combat is the defibrillators, because most people are going to be playing as assault when you play infantry. Unfortunately, in my opinion, DICE did not balance the infantry-based combat very well by giving the assault class the best weapons and the best tools. You have the ability to heal yourself so that you have 100% health whenever you go into a battle, and the ability to get 100 points by reviving people, which you can do instantly without delay over and over and over. And the defibrillator, in my opinion, is broken. It is one of the most frustrating aspects about infantry-based combat. And because you don't have that unlocked with this unranked server, this quote bare bones Battlefield 3 experience that we had the other day, once again because the Punkbuster was screwed up, so we had to play in a non-Punkbuster server. But now that's been resolved, so you're probably not going to be able to find any servers that people are actually in that don't have Punkbuster. But anyway, yeah, it was just it felt way more balanced. It wasn't nearly as frustrating. Now, the one thing that I didn't like about this bare bones experience, especially when you go into the infantry-based combat, because you're shooting weapons and things like that, is the limited number of weapons. You only can use the M16 and AK as assault, or the M4 and the AK-74U as the engineer, and that kind of narrows things down. Although, to be honest, it seems like most people just stick to one gun anyway. It seems like at least 50% of the infantry-based games, half people are using the M16 anyway, so it wasn't that much different. But it would be nice, if you had the option between all the guns, and if all those guns were balanced, that'd be nice as well. But obviously they're not. But yeah, it was nice to play without the defibrillator. It's also nice to be able to actually have a support role. I mean, playing with the squad ammo perk or specialization, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it allows you to spawn in with like 250 rounds, depending on which gun you have, but it gives you like 4 or 6 extra magazines. It's crazy, and it ruins the whole purpose of the support class, because you spawn in with that much ammo. By the time you're out of ammo, you're going to be dead anyway, so there's no reason to play as support and get ammo, or play as support and give people ammo or anything like that, because most people don't even need ammo in the first place, and then when they do need it, they're gonna die anyway, because they've already shot off a couple hundred rounds. They're probably gonna be dead by that time, or they can pick up somebody else's kit. And on top of that, you can also hold more ammo. Like, it's not only starting with that much more ammo, but that's how much your maximum ammo is. So when you don't have that squad specialization perk, first of all, you're not gonna spawn with that much ammo. But even when you do get your ammo refilled by a support crate that the player has to drop, you have to keep getting it refilled, because you can't hold that much ammo. Even once you get it refilled, it doesn't go up to the 250. It goes up to like 150 or something like that. So it actually gives the support role, and especially the ammo specifically, a really good place. Now, I did mention earlier that you don't have C4 playing as a support, so you can't really take out tanks. Although it seems like trying to take out a tank or a heavy vehicle like that with C4 really isn't the most efficient way about going about things, because you have to run out in the open and try and get C4 onto a vehicle, or you have to like lay it down on the street where a vehicle is going to be coming, and you have to wait for it. So I don't know. For me, in my experience, the C4 isn't actually that useful against vehicles. And you don't have that with the support class. So you have to switch over to the engineer class if you want to take out vehicles, because you still have the engineer's repair tool and the rocket launcher when you're playing as the engineer. And then the other thing about the infantry based combat is it felt like the sniper rifle was actually pretty useful. Now you don't have the bolt action sniper rifles, and you're just limited to the MK11 and the SVD. And I personally don't like either of those. I prefer the bolt action rifles, and I prefer to stay at a little bit longer of a range. So that was kind of frustrating when we were playing without all the weapons and stuff. But I don't know, just once again, overall, the same experience I had with the air combat, playing with the helicopters and the jets, where I really enjoyed it and it felt way more balanced. It didn't feel quite as frustrating, being locked on by Stingers or being locked on by jets halfway across the map. They actually had to shoot me down with their machine guns, or they actually had to shoot me down with their rocket pods from the other enemy chopper. It actually took aiming skill instead of just these lock-on mechanics. It felt kind of the same way with the infantry-based combat, and I think maybe the two biggest things were the actual support role, where you actually needed to get ammo from the guy playing as support, and the lack of defibrillators. Now, I think most Battlefield players, if you said, how do you feel about the idea of removing defibrillators completely, I think most Battlefield players would be opposed to that. I think most of them would say that breaks the gameplay mechanics that DICE designed, or that ruins the game, or it ruins, I don't know, some gameplay aspect. But from my experience with this Barebones type of gameplay, it was so much better. And I'm not saying, once again, that the defibrillator should be removed. I'm just saying it needs to be balanced. It needs to be fixed, because right now it's completely broken. They need to either add like a charge delay where you can only use the defibrillator, and then you have to kind of charge it up for like a minute before you can use it again. Or you need to do some kind of animation, so you can't just run out and Rambo revive somebody and then run back behind cover instantly. You need to have this animation where you get down on one knee and shock them. That way you're exposed while you're doing it. You can't just run out in the open, do it, and run back behind cover. Or maybe having some of a limited supply as well, because right now you can just revive 1 million people and never have to run out of a charge. Maybe having a battery system where you have a battery counter at the bottom right, and every time you defibrillate somebody, it takes away 10% of your 100% charge. That way, after you've revived 10 people, you have to go back to an ammo crate and get more batteries for your defibrillator. I mean, what are the defibrillators running off of anyway? They have to have some type of battery or electric storage that they're using to defibrillate dead soldiers. So I don't know. I think they need to do definitely some balancing to the defibrillator. But anyway, that wraps up the look at Barebones. I don't think I'll be able to play any more Barebones, just because there's no servers that have people in them that are unranked, that don't have unlocks and stuff like that. But I will say it was a really, really nice change of pace for Battlefield, and I would hope for Battlefield 4 they have some type of Barebones game mode, or at least balance these issues so that we don't have to even have a Barebones mode in the first place that gets rid of all this stupid broken stuff in Battlefield 3. I mean, overall, I think Battlefield 3 is not broken. It runs well. There's nothing really game breaking, but there's a lot of little nitpicky things that I really don't like about the game. And that might just be because I played it too much. That can happen. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below, or giving it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video.